Alright, welcome back everybody. We're going to be playing a little bit of a spicy dredge deck in Vintage. Let's give this a shot. Opponent popped right off the bat. Go over some of the changes as we play. But this deck is actually really spicy. I really like the look of this. Found this on MTG Goldfish. I'll wait for our opponent. Show you the deck. Main board, not a ton of differences. We got Petrified Fields, Undiscovered Paradises. Other than that, we want to run one more Golgari Thug than normal, cutting down to one Dread Return, uh, running Force of Wills. Opponent goes first. Easily keep this. Double Bazaar opener with a Force of Will and a Dredger. Great hand. But let's look at the sideboard real quick. The real spiciness comes here. Serenity, an enchantment. For a white and a colorless, at the beginning of your upkeep, destroy all artifacts and enchantments. They can't be regenerated. That could be huge. It's just a quick way to basically deal with Leyline of the Void, or really any dedicated hate that they bring in against us. And let's see what they're playing. Run out of Bazaar. They took a shot in the dark with Phyrexian Revoker. I like it though. It's a smart move. Three mana human. So nice way the Force of Will. We were able to take that out. Um, Dredge on upkeep. I think we imp. Pop out our graveyard. We hit. Do a Stinkweed Imp. Grab the Grave Troll. Didn't hit everything we needed, but we have a lot here. So we hit 2 bridges. Not the best, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and dredge return a Flamekin Zealot and just swing in for a big chunk of damage. Question is, should we Cabal Therapy first? I think if they had Force of Will, they would have Force of Will back on Containment Priest because they know that shuts off my deck. So let's just go ahead and lost the bridges, but not really too worried. Okay. So, with this one, we have Cabal Pit, which we want. Riftstone Portal. Not sure about Serenity here. Definitely Abrupt Decays. We're going to bring our spicy Serenities. Potentially Dread Return Elish Norn. Force of Will's not very good. Not bad, but it's not the best. Here, because they run a lot of lands in this humans deck, they just make everything uncounterable. They don't run many 1-drops either. Want to cut out 2 other things and make room for the rest of this? Or one more card? Cut out the blue force package. Bring this package in, and we'll cut out a... Cut out 1 amalgam. We can't keep this. Got a mulligan. We will keep this. That's fine. We're going to do this. Our confidant, probably. Yep. Serenity. With a spice. Wasteland, that's gonna hurt. We'll see if they'll deploy the Wasteland now. Oh yeah. The hit petrified field might be in a little bit of trouble. But we'll see what our opponent decides to do here. This is definitely a little bit of a spicier deck than I played in the past. Oh, I discovered Paradise. That works out well. We're gonna pass with everything up here. We're gonna hopefully get what we need. Go on to 8 here. Did we hit what we needed? Restone Portal's a nice hit there. But the Undiscovered Paradise is in our graveyard. So we have to hopefully off this next thug hit what we need. Ball Pit. Exactly what we needed. Except we're going to be short a land. So it doesn't look like we can actually get there. Nothing comes back because of that Containment Priest. Just don't see the out since they destroyed that land. If they hadn't drawn that Wasteland, we would have been fine here. Because we could have played Petrified Field to pull back Cabal Pit, use the Undiscovered Paradise to create black, and then use Cabal Pit. I guess that still wouldn't have worked. Yeah, they just got us. We can go ahead and get that. I just don't see an out. Because even if we play Cabal Pit here, we just don't have the out. Because we can't pay the black. Yeah. Alright. So, we see a lot of what their deck's about. Maybe we should bring in a Chain of Vapor. Chain of Vapor there would have allowed us to at least knock them down one. Nothing in our graveyard would have actually really helped that much. But if we had had a Bloodghast in the graveyard, we could have played the land, then used Bloodghast to Chain of Vapor that, and then started going off from there, and possibly gotten Elish Norn out, which would have just ended it. So we are going to bring in Chain of Vapor. Yeah, we're going to take out... Force of Wills may be good, they may not. I'm not 100% sure on that yet. Probably take out a Golgari Thug, though. That Chain of Vapor. We have Cabal Pit, Bazaar, no Serenity. But I think it's worth keeping. Because Cabal Pit right there can make a huge difference. Start by playing Bazaar. Bloodghast, Bloodghast, Golgari Thug. They're going to wasteland us back here. Unless they make a major mistake and decide not to wasteland us. We're going to play Undiscovered Paradise. I think they're trying to get out a Containment Priest right here. Which is fine if that's their goal. We have no dredgers in the graveyard, so not perfect. No. We're gonna just not use the ability. Ball pit. We have threshold. Um, Dread return for even Golgari Grave Troll isn't the best here. Sure, you can get it will be a 1, 2, be a 4/4. It's pretty solid actually. Our opponent's at 6, so we're just gonna leave it there. Good games. Definitely changing up Dredge a little bit, and our opponents don't really know exactly how to handle a Serenity style deck. But this deck is fairly it's pretty bad against the Ravenous Trap style Dredge. Um, not really much we can do against that. Best bet realistically is just leaving Force of Wills in against the Ravenous Trap brand of deck. Yeah, there's not much we can do if they have a Ravenous Trap. It's really good, really much better against Leyline of the Void with the Serenities and the Nature's Claims. But we'll see what we go up against next, and we'll keep testing this. But Ashen Rider's nice because it works well against multiple threats like Bristlebrand, things like that. So if we are facing a Show and Tell style deck, can definitely help. Also, if our opponent's low on land and we get Ashen Rider and a Dread Return it, we just knock out 2 of their lands right there. So stack with Serenity, that makes it really strong. Yeah, if anybody has any questions, throw them up on in the chat or on the YouTube video once this gets posted. Let's go ahead and keep running this deck out there and see how this Dredge deck ends up doing. I hope everybody's doing good. This queue's taking a little longer than I'd like. So we'll see. Hopefully, we're going to see a pretty wide range of decks that we're going to be going up against just to give this one a really good test run because it's a definite player, it looks like. It just does certain things much better than other Dredge decks. Now, problem is, it sacrifices quite a bit uh, for a better game 2 and 3 than a just normal straight Dredge deck would. But I really love the Riftstone Portal. Riftstone Portal is just such a good card. Realistically, anything in the graveyard, when it goes to the graveyard, that gives you a boost to anything you have on the field is really good. Abrupt decays are definitely interesting. They can help a lot because they can't be countered. It'll work against Grafdigger's cages, things like that, if we can't get Serenity out. But we'll see. This is definitely a little longer of a queue than we normally would like. But if anybody has any requests for a vintage deck they want to see played, right now I've just been focusing on Dredge because it's kind of been that beast that I never really understood much about it. I understood how to play against it, but I never understood the decision trees or anything else, so I decided to kind of focus on Dredge for this month. I'm definitely willing to play other vintage decks. Um, or somebody has another format and they have a deck they want to see tested, go ahead, let me know in the comments, and we'll go give it a whirl. I've run out some pretty interesting decks in the past. I had a Warp World deck I used to run out there in Modern. Just create permanents, make 8 mana, cast Warp World, and hope for the best. In a perfect world, you get to go out on a fairly infinite loop with Warp World and just decimate your opponent. But it's a very slow deck. Um, Another deck that I've run quite a bit in Modern is the red-white control deck, using ensnaring bridges and using the planeswalkers to eventually get the win. It's a fun deck. It does very, very poorly against Tron, even though it runs Blood Moon, because they can still get up to 7 lands to cast Karn and then just start decimating. So it definitely is it has its major weakness. It's also can be weak against aggro, and the Pox deck also pretty much hits it hard everywhere because you're keeping your hand count low to stop or to prevent ensnaring bridge from using ensnaring bridge to prevent people from attacking. But I've also run out the Pox deck in Modern. Done a lot of Modern testing. This is the first time I'm actually doing any real streaming for Vintage. But it's always been a fun format. A little pet project of mine is to learn Vintage and see how well I can actually do. And it's definitely hit or miss. There's a lot of variance in Vintage. Because there are just some decks that, or some draws where you can't win. There's a lot of turn 2 kills. Even with this deck, there's turn 2, turn 3 kills. You run perfect, your opponent can't really do anything. Fairly rare, but it's definitely a lot of fun. Alright, we will be back as soon as this queue is ready for us. And we are back. We got a new opponent. Gerbidod. Alright, we are on the draw. A hand that we cannot keep, but we have no problem using Serum Powder. Another hand we can't keep. Another hand we can't keep. We can't Serum Powder this away. Because we already hit 1 bridge, we can't take out 3. We can keep this, though. We're going to put that on top. Phyrexian Revoker is going to be hard to deal with. Oh, Abandoned Hope. Just get a shuffle out of our deck. Pop out our graveyard here. See what our opponent has, what they're playing. Might be the Tinker deck. Oh, okay. Serenity is going to be very strong against this deck. We don't want to Icarus. We don't have anything. No, we're not going to Icarus. We don't have any bridges in there. See what our opponent actually has. They really got all the mana they need. We are going to use Icarus this time. And get rid of the Golgari Thug because we want 3 creatures. We're just going to have to hopefully hit off of Stinkweed. We did not hit off a Stinkweed. We're going to attack with Golgari Thug. But we lost this one. We can only block 2 creatures. Yep, we're going to concede here. Begin sideboarding. So we're definitely bringing in Serenities. Elish Norn. Don't care about Mind Break Traps. Don't care about Dread Return. Nature's Claims. Abrupt Decays might be good. If they might come in game 3. So we have 7 we're definitely bringing in. Probably a Riftstone Portal for 8. We don't care about their 1-drops. Don't care about Force of Wills as much in this matchup. It looks like this is the aggro version, so they're not running too many increased mana cost spells. So probably one more Dread Return. Cutting a Prized Amalgam. We'll run it out. See what we can pull off here. Bizarre, Serenity, Mana Confluence. Run out Mana Confluence first. Take out any turn 1 play they might have. We'll have to play out their hand a little bit before we drop Serenity. We are going to take 9 next turn. See what our opponent decides to do. But we can get back Bazaar next turn. With the Petrified Field. Which is the plan. Would be nice if we hit a Dredger quickly here, because that was our really big out right there. Six. Want to be a walking ballista? Yes. Alright, that hits us hard. Both our Dread returns are in the graveyard. Oh, our opponent held that back. That's going to hurt us. Definitely not what we wanted to see. Better. So here, we can get another Bazaar. We're really just going to have to hope that we get what we need next turn. Because if they don't have a haste creature... See? They have haste. Okay. Well, that's game. Because they're going to be able to do that, and then Walking Ballistas is down. Yep. Definitely would have liked to have seen one of those Dredgers a little bit earlier. I don't think we misplayed at all. I just think our deck just didn't give us the Dredgers. Alright, we got a mulligan this. Uh, yeah. Lose 2 bridges. Mulligan this. Keep. Ball therapy. We'll put on top. We want to draw into that. A Gutter Shark. Let's see what Gutter Shark is playing. Looking at what I exiled. And a Crypt. 7 flips away from winning. Demonic Tutor. We're gonna let him get it. Demonic Tutor leads me to believe he's on some kind of storm. Maybe paradoxical outcome? Or he might be going to get Wasteland right here. Which, we're a little more resilient against Wasteland, but we're definitely not immune. Opponent is having a tough time deciding what to get. Could have gotten Black Lotus, no. We're gonna pass with Bazaar up. Alright. See if we can start making some headway. There we go. 6 more turns. 6 flips. And we win. Ancestral. Go ahead, draw first. See if we hit a mill misstep. We did not. But we have some stuff to fill the graveyard. I'm not too worried about that. It does give him more power, but hopefully nothing we need. He could try to tinker for the win. Dark Ritual is fine. But we're probably going to force their follow-up. Rear Dam we don't care about. We assume he's probably got a Yawgmoth's Will. Dark Petition. Time Walk. We hit that flip. As somebody who normally plays blue decks, I get very, very jealous of the fact that I can't run Time Walk in this deck. Think he's going for the win here. Time Twister. That's not great for us. We did hit another Bazaar, so that will help. We're definitely dumping Golgari Grave Troll into our graveyard and Stinkweed Dip. And Prized Amalgam at this point. But with sideboard, we do have the Mindbreak Trap that'll help. Bringing in Serenities, definitely. Nature's Claims, too. And, okay, Defense Grid's fine. Five Storm. Oh, and you got the Ancestral. Dark Ritual. Is 4. Yawgmoth's Will. Play Lotus Petal. Either he'll probably crack that, get Dark Ritual again. Yeah. Might have the Storm Kill right here. Or 11. Alright. So, Nature's Claim comes in. Serenity comes in. Mindbreak Trap comes in. So what comes out for this? We need the Force of Will and the Mental Missteps. Well, therapies, yes. We're gonna have to kill a little bit of our Dredge plan. I think we're gonna take out a little bit of this. Probably one Force of Will. Prized Amalgam. And Thug. And we're gonna hope for the best. It's a good opener. Not perfect, but we can start with the Bazaar out there. And hope if we have to force, we can draw into what we need. Force into Dark Ritual's fine. What do we dump off here? I think Serenity's going to the graveyard here. Dredge will guard Grave Troll. Our Mindbreak Trap in the graveyard is not great for us. But we have one Bloodghast and a Cabal Therapy. So we're going to play Bazaar. Okay, our opponent conceded. So I kind of like how that played out. Not going to change anything up, really. We have to mulligan this one. A single Bazaar would make this much better. And a Golgari Grave Troll, but we are going to keep this. It's a little slow. We're going to bottom that because we kind of have to hit some stuff early on. Second Bazaar is really going to be nice here. You can look at what we have. See what they're going to go for. Graveyard out. No Cabal Therapies. So, we can start by Cabal Therapy. Start with Force of Will. Alright. So we can easily take Containment Priest out. That's what we're going to do. So we did not hit exactly what we wanted to hit. We probably should have Dread Return here. Do we still have one on the sideboard? Yes. So if we Dread Return here, they can combo kill us still. I guess it doesn't really give us a huge advantage. Our opponent is asking us to do something illegal. So we will be required to report them. And we'll have to make a report because that's not allowed. Asking me to scoop in exchange for prizes. So it's not okay. So we're going to play it out, and then we'll report our opponent at the end of the match. We're swinging for the win. Now we got two. Alright, stream's going to go dark for a second while I report this player. I will be back shortly.